still at 7%. We're cool.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
you're good. You're good to go.
And let's set up stream page. See what's going on. All right, what is up, everybody? We are here with a new thing. We're starting a podcast. This is episode 1 of GameView podcast. So, welcome. I am Epic, and joining me is Busted Controller down here in the left-hand corner. Javier up in the top left-hand corner, and Eternal up in the top right-hand corner, who is too fucking lazy to have a camera.
Oh, sure, be like that.
Alright, so, welcome everybody. Let's kind of go around and introduce, have all that shit out of the way. So, I am Epic. I kind of came up with this and posted it on Reddit, and guys answered. That was cool. Yeah. Who's next?
Javier, take it.
Okay, I'm Javier from Argentina. I'm a developer and I found the on Reddit and wanted to join in, start the conversation.
Oh, so I guess I'll go next. I'm Eternal. I play Rocket League a lot with Epic, and he asked me, "Hey, do you want in on this?" And I'm like, "I don't have anything going on tonight, so sure." So that's how I got here.
You got squeezed.
Yeah, I totally got squeezed. Let's not say it's anything else. Yeah, I got squeezed.
That's all right. I mean, I don't hate you for it.
I don't hate myself yet, so it's good.
Give it
Well,
a little
if you're not getting paid for it, don't hate yourself.
bit. That's the plus side here.
It
Unless
really
you're getting paid
is.
for it.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Downside.
I'm busted. Yeah, just a big gaming nerd, film buff. So I saw the post, figured, why not? Incredibly opinionated, and I love to argue, so this ought to be good.
Well, I am sure there will be a lot of argument.
I will rage quit a Skype call, like first and foremost. It's not
I'm
above me.
gonna start making popcorn. So
Yeah, do so by all means.
So
Stovetop going.
Cool. So let's start off. Upcoming games that we are looking. For me, probably Doom, even though the beta was not great. I don't really plan on player that's or I don't think it'll be too bad. I think it'll be alright for single player. Hopefully they stay fairly true to it from everything I've seen. Played it early. Going to be a bit more true to the originals, getting away from the garbage that was Doom 3. That should be fun.
See, I think we look at that differently. If and when I do pick that up, I would actually be picking it up for the multiplayer aspect of it. I am looking forward to the single player. I'm interested to see the storyline they go with, but for me, I would be most excited about the multiplayer concept. So we'll see. I mean, I know the beta didn't get the best reviews in terms of the multiplayer side of it, like how it's not quite a true arena shooter anymore, like Quake was and the original Doom and stuff like that. So I'm still hopefully optimistic for it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of strange when you consider how. Why did we freeze? I have an OBS.
I don't know.
Back up now.
There we go. You're good to go.
Spazzed out for a second. Okay. The bottom left, though. I like it. So, no, I mean, to me, I like Doom's multiplayer up until I played this one. Just felt really slow, felt forced. I didn't feel the impact that I have older Doom games and I felt like it really didn't matter what I did, that either the team got smashed or we won, and I really felt like I had nothing to do. So I would 10, 15, and 1 or something like that. It just kind of sucked. I mean, for me, to be honest with you, like I said, I don't plan on. I still plan on getting it, but unless the multiplayer, unless they listen, and maybe they will, because it got astoundingly bad reviews for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I hear a follow. Somebody followed. I don't know who it was yet.
Oh, barbecue.
I hate this.
No, don't worry. You're good.
That hide preview thing fucking gets in my way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So thank you for the follow. Barbecue dog. I don't know what a barbecue dog is. I assume it's one that came off the grill, but hey,
I'd eat it.
Dude, I mean, I didn't say I wouldn't
fucking
eat
eat
it.
it.
I just wouldn't know what the hell it was.
I mean, barbecue, I wouldn't eat you, but I'd eat a barbecue dog.
Well, I'm glad that we clarified that.
Like, yeah, you can baste anything, and I'm in.
I mean, he wouldn't eat you. I might. I would have to see you.
Yeah.
It really just depends.
No.
Yes.
But no, I hope that they listen to the audience, how the Doom. It was not a few people that thought it was bad. It got astoundingly bad.
Yeah.
And I really hope they listen to that. I hope they listen to that fan base you're not really, I don't think, getting new people into Doom. And I think maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the Call of Duty era people into Doom, which kind of annoys me.
There is a rumor going around that its initial title was Call of Doom. Like that's kind of what's been circulating right now. On top of the fact that, from what I've read, like at the initial studio, there was a lot of firings involved and a lot of changing of the guards type of thing. So I don't know. I didn't play the beta, to be honest with you. I did watch a lot of Twitch of it. I watched some YouTube of it, and it's not an arena shooter anymore. They have kind of taken the COD approach to things. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm hopefully optimistic for it. So we'll see.
and like I said, I will pick it up, but I have no expectations for the multiplayer. I might try it to see if, hey, did it change? Will there be better loadouts? But the weird thing is it almost felt like there was no splash. Like one of the main loadouts was the RPG and the shotgun or the assault rifle, depending on how you set your class up. But it almost felt like you had to direct hit somebody with the RPG. There was no splash damage. Like, that's not... I remember playing old school Doom and being able to shoot that damn rocket launcher within about 20 yards of something and you'd kill it.
And making contact, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest complaints I heard was the, and again, didn't play it, the melee kill animatics, like how if you melee kill somebody, it kind of takes you out of the game and does this little what am I talking about?
Like a Halo-esque execution thing.
Yeah, an execution move, and that it actually takes you out of the game and whatnot. And I know a lot of people didn't like that aspect of it. That the melee was actually a little bit too powerful too. So.
Well, it seemed like a one-hit kill.
Okay.
When you got up close and somebody managed to get behind you, if they popped you, it was an instant they got to do that to you. Which, yeah, would absolutely piss you off. When I walk around with that sawed-off shotgun, I'm less than a foot from somebody, I crack him with a shotgun and he walks away like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But you come behind Doom guy and hit him in the back of the head with your fucking fist, and all of a sudden he's butter.
Yeah.
But I know it's early. I know a lot of studios have touched it, and I know it's been floating around for. I really do hope that they took that and they. But we'll see. And like I said, I don't need that here. Keep it calm. But
that's just sorry. Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Lost my train of thought there.
That just completely made me laugh.
Fucking way to go, man. No, I don't know. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see. They've only got a month.
Is it?
Yeah, May.
Is that when that is?
I mean, less than a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Wow,
May
yeah.
12th.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks out from it. So
I don't see much changing in that small amount of time.
no, I think it's safe to say that when you get a beta experience like that, when they're like, oh, it's an open beta, I think what you're seeing is pretty much the game that's going to be released. Whether or not we see patches or updates or shit like that, that's a whole other ballgame. But I think that what you played is probably it. Like that's it.
See, and to me, that's unfortunate. I would almost be okay with them pushing it back and saying, hey, because of the feedback we got and because it was astoundingly bad, we're going to take an extra couple of weeks to work on it. I would almost be okay with that.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what it costs to, from start to finish of a video game. But I don't know if it becomes a cost factor that at that point they just said, look, we have to get this out at this point and we'll adjust it with patches on the fly. I mean, who knows? They could have already been pressing copies.
Yeah, not true. I mean, by this point, they've probably already started shipping to their worldwide audience.
Yeah.
Copies are already in production and hopefully done, I would imagine, by this.
I would hope so.
Probably end up being one of those things where you get the physical copy and then have to sit there for a few hours and download the patches, hoping their servers are up or don't crash halfway through the download.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll get into the game. I don't know if you got it at a midnight release or something like 8 a.m.
Yeah, maybe if you're
maybe.
lucky.
Yeah.
Wait, who's publishing is that? Is that Activision?
Bethesda, isn't it?
Is it Bethesda? Okay. I was about to say, if it's Activision servers, you're fucked on day one either way. So.
Yeah.
No, I would... Look, man, I like Activision for Call of Duty. I like what they did with that game. I enjoyed Call of Duty, and I still do. If they bought and did Doom, I wouldn't touch it. Because it already felt like Call of Duty to me. And I couldn't imagine the studio that made Call of Duty having more say in that. It's like, I get that you're trying to cope with the current audience, but I mean, you're talking about Doom, a game that's been around for 20 plus years. You can't. There's a reason that game is considered a classic, and changing that massively, I think, hurts you more than it helps you with any new audience you gain.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Do you think, and again, we'll just play devil's advocate, do you think that with them re-releasing, and we'll call it a re-release of Doom, and with the re-release of Wolfenstein, that they're just trying to cash in on that 20-year-old market versus trying to create a game that stands on its own? Like, if the original Doom and the original Wolfenstein hadn't come out, like if these games are just coming out now, do they still have the same appeal, or are they cashing in on people that were... Yeah, the nostalgia factor. I was 18, 19 years old when this came out initially,
No, I think if these were new IPs, they would not have near the traction that they do. I think we would look at Doom as it is now after playing that beta, and it would because
Yeah.
that's really all you have from it. But you have people like us who played it growing up and get to say, well, I didn't like the multiplayer, but I've always loved the gameplay of the single player and the story of Doom. Or lack thereof story. But
It's like
Yeah.
Doom had a story.
It does have a story.
You have guns and you're blowing shit up until the game ends.
Doom actually does have a story. You just have to search for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On a very
it does have one.
superficial level, it did.
That's like saying life has a meaning, but you have to find it.
42, man. 42 is me.
It is
But no,
universe and everything, actually.
Hell yeah. But no, I don't think it would, and I think the same of Wolfenstein. I think they kept it pretty true to the older ones with the newer Wolfenstein, and they had some throwbacks to it, like they had the Hitler boss, and you could actually play the level, and it looked like the original Wolfenstein. I like those homages back to the original, but at the same time, it does feel like they're saying, "Hey, look, nostalgia factor, come play our game."
Yeah.
It's really nothing new, but if I saw Doom today and had never touched it, I don't know if I would pick it up.
Yeah.
That's really okay. So, who's next? What are you guys looking for? That's even in the far future. Get updates. Hey, this game's coming out in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Those aren't updates, those are early access.
Yeah, no shit. But only if you're a streamer or something, because they got the publicity. But anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say there's two things I'm looking forward to. Dishonored 2. That is looking quite good from what I've seen so far, and I love the original Dishonored. It's one of the few games I've actually been able to sit down and just played the thing straight through.
Okay.
And it was good, fun gameplay. I really love the the stealth kind of games where you can sneak up on something and stab it in the back, that kind of stuff. And then some of the mechanics in there were really interesting as far as the abilities and whatnot you get. And with Dishonored 2, it looks like it's very much the same type of that, but they've expanded upon those ideas and made new, interesting abilities. Yeah, it's your typical, sequel to another game.
Isn't Dishonored 2 the one where they're gonna play? You can play both the dude and the chick now.
Yeah, you can play either Caldwin or Corvo.
Yeah. No,
both of the characters, fully voiced and everything, so they aren't sitting there going, "Oh, well, if you play the chick, then she
Right.
doesn't say anything," kind of deal.
I enjoyed Dishonored. It was one of the first games that I really felt like when it gave you an option to be stealthy, that it actually mattered.
Yeah.
Like when it and I know there are a lot of other games that did it. Solid Snake did it to a point. Metal Gear. The Ghost Recon series kind of did that. The Splinter Cell series did that, but I really didn't feel like there were any consequences to getting caught. Dishonored did. It felt like if I was going stealth and somebody saw me or something happened, shit went sideways quickly.
Yes. Yeah, and they called in their buddies, and their buddies just happened to be these huge, monstrous, weird, kind of looked like a water strider kind of deal. I don't know what the fuck it was, but there was definite consequences to it. The game actually adjusted based off of how you played. And I love it when that happens. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to do that again, getting some new time on a good Dishonored game. Second one, which I'll probably get chastised by the guys in the group here, but I'm kind of looking forward to Legion coming out for World of Warcraft.
So let me stop you right the fuck there.
All right.
No,
I'm a huge.
I have a problem with Legion. God damn it.
You have a problem with Legion.
So here's my problem with Legion. I bought Legion fucking 6 months ago, right?
Okay.
I bought it while they were doing the whole come to BlizzCon and do this, and I got that fucking invite, and they were like, "Hey, come buy this while you're there."
Right.
So I bought it. Whatever. They're like, "Hey, by the way, you can play Mirror's Edge Catalyst." I don't know about that one yet. I'm on the fence. But no, I bought it, and they were like, "Yeah, if you buy it, you get early access to the Demon Hunter, and you can start your character and you can start playing them. I'm like, cool. And
No.
I just took it at, hey, we're gonna let you play them.
No.
I put my code in, and everything changed. My menus changed. The loader changed. And
But
then
nothing
it's like,
changed.
oh, you wanted the Demon Hunter? Now fuck you. You got like 8 months, man.
Yeah. See, the fine print there was not until the game's almost about to be released. But
Yeah, we get it like a week early.
Yeah, it's like a week early. Which, granted, okay, that gives you enough time, I'm assuming at this point, to get through the starter introduction so you know how to play the damn thing. Get yourself some, your basic gear down so you're ready to go. And, be ready for the actual expansion to go live plus 1 or 2 days because their servers are probably going to get overwhelmed to crash again. Because, it's Blizzard and that happens. So I'm looking forward to that for multiple reasons. One, it's probably going to be the expansion that draws me back to the game. I haven't played the game in probably 2-3 months now ish, just because the current content is stale.
I've run into that, and part of my problem, and I've talked to you about it before, but part of my problem with WoW is that I felt like I was playing an MMO in a single player version. Because unless I was in a dungeon, there's really no find somebody and play with them. It doesn't really happen in that game like I've seen it happen in other MMOs.
It used to happen in the game back in the vanilla game, and I'm gonna say probably into Burning Crusade, and maybe a little bit into Wrath of the Lich King. Because there was some genuinely difficult shit that was in there, and there'd be plenty of times I'd walk up to an area having a quest that's set up for 4 or 5 people, and there were people literally standing there waiting to be able to attempt the quest because they need partners. You could just select someone, party up with a few people, do the quest, and be good. That's really gone away because now you've got your heirloom gear, so you're fucking overpowered usually while you're leveling up. You have your level up boost, so you don't even need to do these big epic quests anymore. You just do little quests and you're leveling through areas really fucking quick. And the overall difficulty of the game has been dropped. So it appeals to a wider audience, I think. I believe that's what their idea was. So now it's very much you walk in, you just do your stuff. It's not really a game where you need to have extra players until you're either in a dungeon or a raid. And then you just go on your merry way.
Yeah, I used to have friends I played it with, and I think that's what happened. I got so into playing it with a group of friends almost every day. And then, it kind of went from all of us playing together to one of us dropped off and next and next and kind of just me. And it really just kind of staled for me. Kind of sucked. But I hope that, and I said the same thing when I bought Pandaria. Like, oh cool, here's a new tune. I get to try something new out, and it fucking sucked. I fucking hated it. It was like,
the
hey,
monk
here's a
class
panda.
is weird, yeah. And the pandas themselves are okay. I mean, I've got nothing against the Pandarian race as either a lore topic or a playable character. I mean, it's cool. Okay, yeah, you're a cute fuzzy panda and you bounce. Woohoo! The monk class though absolutely sucked balls.
The monk class still sucks ball.
Yeah, and I tried leveling a monk, got it to level 18, and went, oh fuck this, and put it away.
I think they need to be careful with the demon, because the demon hunter is a known character in Diablo's lore, and that's kind of where they're feeding off of.
Kind of shit, man. They are building so much Diablo stuff into Warcraft with Legion. And just they're gonna have the basic equivalent of the treasure goblins for professions. So there's been videos released of someone going up picking an herb and a freaking fox pops up and just starts running away dropping extra herbs. I mean that's it's very much like a treasure demon or a treasure whatever
Goblin.
the hell goblin, yeah. So there's that. There's there's a prestige system built into it. So they've taken that from other games. It's just they're taking a lot of ideas that are in other games that have done well and throwing it into Legion. And you're right, they do have to be very careful with the Demon Hunter and various other parts of the game that they don't either overdo it and can't support it, or B, screw it up from the get-go, and it's just not playable. I think they need to prove themselves in the first month, or they're going to see their subscription numbers do exactly what happened for was it Draenor. And it started out as like, oh my god, we have 10 million people again, and then like 2 months later it's like, shit, we're back down to 5.5.
But I think with them is they've been around so long that it's they have to change almost to be relevant still, because they're no longer the only big MMORPG. There are hundreds of them out there now, and the newer one, the Black Desert.
Oh, Black Desert Online.
Yeah, Black Desert's the newest
That's
one. Yeah.
picked up a lot of traction. It is a pretty decent sized player base already, and it's still new. But they went with a very different approach. And I kind of liked what they did of, hey, you're going to level your character, but you're also going to level this phantom thing that follows you around. Like, everyone thinks you're a good guy, but you're actually helping a demon release itself. But, it's, that was a very interesting concept. But no, with Legion, like I said, I bought it already. I'm going to play it. I'm just at this point waiting on, say, hey, it's unlocked for those of you who bought it early. Go and, which, like I said, I'll end up doing. Going into it with not a whole lot of expectations because of the previous one. Draenor really didn't do much for me. It was cool. Keeps and the strongholds and stuff were cool at first, and then they just kind of became more work that sucked me in even more.
Yeah, it was very much Farmville.
It was
type thing.
It started doing that whole, hey, you have followers now, send them out and do shit. I don't have time for that. I'm doing other things. But it was a very end game, like you're at 100 and you don't want to start a new tune, or you already have all the
right.
Kind of keep, and that's fine. But you have to realize that it's not going to keep your. I think that's a big problem they're running into, and I think that's what they're trying to do. Is get the players that they're losing back, and I hope that this does that. I hope Legion is good enough to do that. I don't think it will be, but I hope it is, because I hope it pulls me back in, because I tried again and fucking that lasted like a week, and then I was like, no. I remember why I stopped playing this game.
Yeah, you kept messaging me going, hey, I'm playing, you should come back and play, and I'm like, no.
But I did that because I knew I was going to fall into that trap of I'm playing an MMO by myself.
Yeah.
Defeats the purpose.
The worst part of the grinding.
The what?
The grinding.
Oh, the grinding?
Oh, the grinding. Yeah.
The grinding, yeah.
Well, they kind of fixed it. The grinding kind of changed a little bit, but one thing they've always had a problem with grinding is respawn rate.
Of, like, mobs?
Yeah. Like, they'll say, hey, go kill, 30 of these and pick up 15 things from them. Cool. Okay, well, if you're going to have them drop once every, 5 or 6 times that I kill something,
yeah,
don't make me wait 45 minutes for the area to respawn.
Yeah, it's that's one thing I've never really understood, and it's always been a problem with Warcraft, especially the quests where it's like, like you said, go kill these zebras and bring me their hooves. And it's like, all of them have 4 feet. You can see they all have 4 feet. You kill them and they have 0 hooves. Are you telling me I hit the zebra so hard its feet fell off and I can't find them? I mean, really, go get the crab's claw. Well, shit, it's sitting here attacking me with the claw. I killed it. I see the claw. No claw. And yeah, and I understand Blizzard's a company that they need to keep people in a game to make money, and that's one of their tactics. So be it. But come on, I'm just asking for a little bit here, a little bit of. Yeah, I don't want to use the word realism, but just throw me a bone, you know?
Word.
Okay, Javier, what do you got?
Well, the one game I've been waiting for is the Megakure. It's a game. It's a 4D puzzle. It's pretty weird. For the I mean, it's for spatial dimensions, not like the 3 dimensions on time. So it's pretty mind bending. But I've been waiting since 2010, and every once in a while I get an update from the newsletter, and it's like it's never going to be finished. I mean, some people have played it in like game conferences and stuff, but haven't seen one bit of actual gameplay. So I don't know, man.
What was the game again?
Megakure.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that one yet.
Yeah, I mean, my problem, and that brings up a decent point though of these games that you see go on Kickstarter, go on Steam's greenlight stuff. Of hey, we're making this great game, give us all this money, and then it never gets done, or you never hear from them. Or you hear from them like once a year. Hey, we're still working on our game. Thanks for sending us all that money. I mean, I don't. It's almost made me worried to even think about stuff like that, even try games.
It does make you gun shy when it comes to like the whole early access boom. You know, with games going to early access, somebody's gonna get shit on. You know, like it's every now and then you find a really, really good early access game. Like I played a lot of Ark, and I played it for the last year or so inside of early access. And I don't know if technically it's full access right now. I don't think it is technically. I know that it just hit Xbox One earlier, maybe 3 months ago. It just hit Xbox One in their early preview program. But every now and then you find some good ones, and then every now and then you're like, it's fucking $7. Let's just roll the dice here, you know, and you get some shit. You just get shit on. But yeah, I don't like the trend of early access games at all. That's just me though.
No, and it's been. I've seen too many crash and burn. Or the developer gets pissed off because people don't like his game, so he stops making them. Like the there's one lately that got really big because of who he cited. It's the guy that made. It's only one guy, and I understand it, but he made the Bear Simulator.
Oh yeah, he got fucking shit on big time.
He got
Oh my
he
God,
got
the
shit
Bear
on by
Simulator.
a few people. A lot of people liked the game. But then, like, I think it was like PewDiePie and Markiplier played it, and both of them just absolutely shit on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, you know what? If you're not going to like my game, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. Like, dude, I mean, what did you expect?
Yeah.
There's no game that's perfect. For the millions of copies that these big companies sell, there are another million people that are like, fuck this fucking game.
Yeah.
You can't be like that. It's like... You know, it's like us doing this. If somebody came into the chat and was like, hey, you guys fucking suck. Okay, well, I'm not going to stop the stream and say we're going to go cry in a fucking corner.
No, but we also don't have the combined power that a PewDiePie or a Markiplier has behind us. You know, like if you've got, I don't even know what are those guys up to now? Like 30 million, 25 million followers on YouTube.
I'm ridiculous.
Oh, God, I got no clue.
They're massive. Like if they say a game sucks, those fucking idiots, pardon me, those idiots will go to that guy's YouTube channel and they'll just start blasting because they're 13, they're 14, they don't know any better, you know? And they're just blasting the dudes, or they'll get on Steam and do a Steam review and they haven't even bought the game, but they'll blast it based on what they just heard PewDiePie or Markiplier say. So I think the influence is there when you're that big, and I think at that point you almost have to be really careful about doing video game reviews and stuff like that, because you could, from an early access standpoint, you could sink, and on the flip side, you could save some dude's career, based on what you say and how rabid your fan base is.
To give you an idea, PewDiePie on YouTube has 43,485,848 subscribers. A lot of them under the age of 13. Just saying, but
And am I the only one on the planet that wants to punch the guy in the mouth? Like, I swear, if I ran into him at the Chicago airport, I'd be like, hey, what's up, bud? And then I'd smack him right in his fucking mouth. I'm like, I hate you.
My problem with him is that I have tried to figure out, and I've watched his videos to an extent. Like, some of the games he's played that I like, that I happen to see his Prop Hunt, something stupid like that, like he played with Gassy Mexican and a bunch of those guys. But I watch his videos, and they're like 5, 6, 7 minutes long. And I'm like, why does this fucking thing have 15 million views?
Yeah.
It's 5 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get into a game after watching it for 5 minutes. I can't get into a person from talking to them or listening to them for 5 minutes. It's like, cool, you got my attention. Oh, the video's over? Shit. Like, I don't... To me...
It's because it's them, though. Like, if you watch some of the guys that have, let's say, and which is still an outrageous number, but let's say you watch somebody that's got 25,000 subscribers. Those videos tend to be a little bit better, tend to be a little bit longer, tend to be a little bit more in-depth about gameplay, functionality, graphics, controls, whatever the case may be. But when you're PewDiePie, you can put 5 minutes out there. People are going to fucking eat that shit up, And like somebody said, because his fan base is 13 years old.
To put it in perspective, I have some friends that are rather large on YouTube. See what their channel is.
Man, don't you know that size don't matter? It's how you use your fan base.
Okay, somebody lied to your ass.
Yeah.
Somebody straight up lied to you.
And they have under 1 million, but so they have collectively as a company now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels.
Okay.
Across their company. So one channel has 970 or so thousand. Their other channel has 8.6 million.
Shit.
The fucking Google Plus. I don't want to go to Google Plus. I just do the other profile. And their actual Let's Play channel. These are all non-Let's Play channels. Their actual Let's Play channel has 3.6 million or so. They put out, and they do put out these little short, bullshit videos like 3, 4, 5 minutes. But they're not gameplay. They're like, they have a fails of the week type thing that they've been doing for a while. Just random bullshit videos they do. But here lately, in the last year or so, they had a conversation. We need to shorten our videos because they felt like they were... But these are people that the videos were hour and a half. Some of them, reaching 2 hours. I think, okay, that's a lot of time for somebody to dedicate to a YouTube video. Fine. But, no, I mean, they still keep it... It's usually somewhere between 25 and 45 minutes. Depending on what they're playing.
Yeah.
But, you have time to get into those. They're quick to an extent, but I mean, at the same time, it's like watching an episode of TV. It's just long enough for it to be, yay, cool, I got into it, I had fun, I can move on to something else. These little 5-minute videos, and I don't want to say he does it for more views and for more money, but it almost seems like, and they make it seem like they do. Because they're like, hey, it's a 5-minute video, but I have, 1,500 of the goddamn things. Go watch them.
Yeah.
It's...
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't think they do it for that, but that's what it seems like. So, back on to topics. YouTube. Busted, what is your upcoming game that you...
I think the big one for me right now is No Man's Sky. I think that I already bought it on Steam. I think it's June 21st, I want to say, is when that game hits early access. It'll be Steam and PS4, both are getting it. Whole idea is that it's a perpetually generated universe, right? You have a spaceship, you go to these planets and you mine for resources and shit like that. But the whole idea is that if you go to a planet and nobody else has been there, you can name that fucking planet. You can name every creature, every species, every plant life on that planet, you name it. And if somebody else should visit that, they see it as what you named it. The bigger thing that I'm really excited about is the developer got asked a question. He was like, "Oh, is this going to be multiplayer?" And he's like, everybody spawns randomly, and he's like, it is completely conceivably possible that you and your friend could spawn at 2 different locations, and it could take you guys 5 months of real time to actually meet up with each other. Like, that's how expansive this fucking
Crap.
universe is
Now-
going to be.
While I like that it's that expansive of a game,
Yep.
but it's really not. It's, probably 64 blocks, and it's procedurally based as you go route.
Yep.
And if your blocks haven't intersected with somebody else's, it's already created, so it helps with buffering, and it's a smart idea. I get why he's doing it. The problem there is you run into there are going to be people that want to explore together, that want to discover these these weird-ass planets and name things and do things together. If you're going to tell me, hey, you and Busted are going to go and you're going to play this game, but it's going to take you 6 months to fucking find each other to even start playing together. Okay, I'm not that committed to anything. I don't have the time to be that committed to a game, of playing it every day. And this is a question of, okay, well, how long? Is this, okay, it's going to take you 6 months if you play 8 hours a day?
Well, he said playing every day. No idea how long.
See, and that's the concern of, okay, so if it's going to be on Steam, it should have, I would hope, something that says, hey, cool, you're on each other's friends list. We can either spawn you relatively close to each other, or there can be some sort of fast travel or teleport system that you can transport to friends. Or within their sector. I'm not saying directly to them, fine. But within that sector that they're in.
And I would completely agree with you, because most of the games I buy are based on, is this multiplayer, because I enjoy playing games with my friends.
Right.
That being said, I don't think this is going to be that kind of game. This isn't the type of game necessarily that you're going to link up with your friends and play. This is going to be a single player. Now, granted, it's not single player in terms of there is the multiplayer aspect to it, but the experience I think that they're going for is a single player experience that you may or may not run into other people while you're out doing your shit, exploring and whatnot. So for me, that's part of the appeal there. Like, this is going to be a game that, if I'm in TeamSpeak and I'm talking to friends that are also playing the game, it's something that we're going to talk about. Like, oh, have you done this? Because the whole game is based around, like, planets are going to have different types of alien races to it. You're actually going to have to learn that alien's race to interact with them. And so it's going to be that neat little, if I'm talking to my friends, like, oh shit, did you try talking to this guy? And if you do this or say that, he's going to give you this. It's not, for me at least, as a video game fanatic, it's not going to be the type of game that I'm gonna not buy because I may not play with one of my friends. Like, I'm gonna buy it because the game looks intense, it looks great. It's got a great fucking concept behind it. I mean, if I want a game with friends, I'll jump on Arma, I'll jump on COD, I'll do whatever. But I agree with you that there may or may not people that buy that game, or that won't buy that game because they won't be able to play with their friends, which is fine. I mean, if that's just how they see it. What I don't want to see happen is it would be a shame to see people buy that game not knowing that they may not ever fucking play with their friends, and then bash the game because of that one problem with it.
Yeah. Now
So
I've never not bought a game because I couldn't play with people. And I've looked at No Man's Sky and I've watched his little videos and I've read about it. I'll end up picking it up. It looks cool. It really does.
I'll probably
It's
end
a
up
cool
picking that one up
concept.
too. Yeah.
It looks nice. It's almost like a dumbed down version of Eve.
it is.
It's
It absolutely
massive
is.
space exploration. Find new planets, figure them out. Get resources from them. Kind of grow your knowledge, grow your skills. So yeah, I will end up picking it up and I will play it. But it would be nice to be able to come to you and say, "Hey, man, let's get together. Let's go explore this random ass region that we've never seen." That would be a nice aspect of it. Is it a breaker for me? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But it would be cool.
And I do completely agree with you that you could experience the game better, because every game I've ever played, I tend to experience better when I am playing with somebody else. You got somebody else to hang out with, talk to while you're doing your shit.
Yeah.
And I agree that, man, I really wish that would be the case. But again, we don't know. Like we've got over a month before the game comes out. Maybe something gets implemented that you can spawn in next to your buddy. Like it's very possible that shit gets added. Who knows? But even if it doesn't, for me, it's not a decision breaker. Like I'm balls deep into that shit. But
No, I agree completely. It's nothing that would stop me from getting. But it definitely would add a different aspect because it would almost be you have the initial shock of, oh, this is awesome, to, oh, I see 30, 40, 50 people flying around me, but I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not having as much fun as I feel like I could be.
no, absolutely.
So I feel like after that initial burst, after that initial, hey, this is cool, awesome, I'm finding new things, I'm learning things about these planets, then you get into the actual, okay, well, what is the real gameplay here? If I go and find a planet and I spend all this time, researching it and being able to talk to its people and naming everything, am I going to fly away from that planet and never fucking see it again? Because it would be nice to come back and see, okay, if it's truly procedurally based, is it real time based as well? So, if I leave a planet and there's a civilization growing, if I leave and come back a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, will it have grown? Can I find it again? Can I mark things? That's, what I'm saying? That would be...
Maybe that's the decision you have to make. Like, let's say maybe that's the choice you have to make. Like, you can say, okay, I found this great solar system. It's got this kind of planet. It's got that kind of planet. It's got, planets for every resource that I need. But I can choose to leave the solar system and go out and explore the universe, but maybe I won't find my way back. And I don't know. There's some gameplay, you can go on YouTube and watch like 30-minute clips here and there of gameplay, but a lot of it hasn't been discussed yet in terms of how the game's going to function, operate, and shit like that. So, like I said, we're only, ass end of April right now. We've got, well over 2 months almost, because I think it is June 21st that it comes out, so 2 months away from launch. Launch at an early access stage too. It's not even going to be launching in a full game. I don't think. I could be actually lying about that. Maybe that is launching in a full game. But yeah, who knows? We'll kind of see how this goes.
All right, so let's move on to... We talked about new games. Let's talk about things we are currently playing.
Oh boy.
For me, I have been... here lately, I've been playing more Rocket League. I'm trying to get back into it. I felt like I hit a wall for a while. trying to get back into it and get back into groups I'm in and talk to people. I started playing Enter the Gungeon, which has been a pretty fun game. I'm a fan of roguelikes, and that is a pretty good game. It's a pretty good kind of setup for it. I like it. I've and retail wise, the Division has probably been one of the bigger ones I've been playing, as far as actual retail games go.
Yeah.
I've liked it. I have not yet tried Incursions. I've heard they're decent, but I haven't heard great things about them. You know, a lot of them said, well, it's kind of just like a really long mission. It really didn't add anything that felt... That's kind of what I've been playing. I've been trying to catch up on, games I've bought and just never touched. Like, I got it on a Steam sale or something, and just never touched the damn thing. Never even installed it in some cases. So, that's what I'm playing. Eternal, what are you playing?
I've been really big into Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor recently. I just got that. It was on sale really, really, really cheap from a site that I won't mention. Picked it up, started playing it. It's like, I've heard good things about this, and instantly got hooked. Again, I am into the stealthy games, and the gameplay there allows for that quite a bit. So I am absolutely loving it. However, I am a bit of a completionist. So I haven't gotten very far because I am attempting to pick up everything possible from the first map still. There's a lot of shit out there, and it's good fun. It is very good fun. I'm loving the hell out of it. On the more casual side, I've been playing Stardew Valley off and on. Got a pretty good farm going. Again, it's very casual, relaxing game. You can just pick it up, play it for a while, put it away. Don't have to worry about anything. You can play it how you want to. If you want to farm, you can farm. If you want to, become a big beer producer, you can friggin' do that. It's very laid back, and there's no stress to it. There's nothing out to kill you unless you go into the mines and you want something to be out to kill you. So yeah, it's really laid back and it's fun. It's fun. I think it's fun. Past that, yeah, Rocket League, like Epic. He and I play quite a bit, like I mentioned in the intros. I've been off and on there. Not very good at it, but it's still fun to pick up and play with a group of friends and have a good laugh. Next.
Javier, go ahead.
Well, the last two games that I played were Firewatch. That's like an indie game in the Wyoming wilderness. And you're like, a Firewatch, and like a whole game about depression and choices, and it's pretty well written, and it's pretty beautiful, really. I mean, aesthetically. I don't know, it's interesting, the mechanics, because you have to, you're always talking with your supervisor or a radio, and you have to like tell her what you're seeing, and you have choices to make, so that will affect the end result. It's pretty, I really liked it. I mean, it's a fun game. It's like indie stuff. And the other game that I've been playing is Super Hot. That's something that I've been waiting for a long time. It's on a prototype made in like a couple of days. It's a shooter in which when you move, time goes, and then when you stay still, the time goes on pause. And so it's like more strategy than a fast shooter, even though it's a shooter. It's fun. It's really fun.
Nice.
So, real quick, one of you explain what a farting clapper is?
I could, but not with words. That is an image building description right there.
Yeah, I mean, you give me like an hour with some beans and a site that I can moon you on, sure, absolutely. I could show you what a farting clapper is. Or I could fart and clap at the same time. I don't know which.
Or, and you fuckers are younger than me, are we talking about a
Don't be
farting
so
clapper?
sure about that.
I don't know. High five. Are you the old fuck here?
I might be the old fuck here.
He's probably the old fuck here.
I don't know. Go ahead, throw it out there.
Early 30s.
Nope, I'm older. Shut the front door, sir. I've got you by like 10 years, so yeah.
Holy fuck.
I know
Okay.
I look good. I look real good.
Zesty
Anyway.
Designs, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
I would say, you guys remember the clapper? You guys remember, like, you plug it in, like, let's say you plug it in.
Clap on, clap off thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something that's based on farting.
Something based on. So
So like I fart and my TV goes off.
Maybe?
You know, like I'm just saying, I'm spitballing here.
But wouldn't that be a bitch though? Because like you'd have your asshole friend sitting over and you just hear him fucking rip
Literally,
one.
no pun intended at all.
Asshole friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd hear him rip one, and then everything would turn off, and you're just like, "You fucking dick!"
Like one shitty night at Taco Bell, and your lights are just turning on and off like all night long.
Oh my god. That's back like when what was it? Was it the Xbox 360? They got the voice control, and people are yelling over games. You know, Xbox turn off or some shit.
No, that was when
Xbox
Xbox One first
It was
hit.
Xbox
Yeah,
One?
with their Kinect.
Yeah, you know, the same thing can happen if somebody installs Windows 10 and you're voice chatting with them. You can totally fuck with them in the middle of the game, be like, you know, Cortana,
Have it
open
on,
Notepad,
careful what you
and
have on.
yeah.
No, I think I turned safe search.
Well, if you turn it off, fine, but you know, if it's on, you can get people. It's great. Been there, done that. I highly recommend it.
A farting clapper is a slang name for a girl's vagina.
And that's not even for. That's not vagina, by the way. That is
Vagina.
vagini. That's what that guy just. High five, Zesty. That is fantastic.
So, but why is it called a farting clapper? I mean, like,
Why are you asking?
Okay, here's the thing.
First off,
do we not know what a queef is?
no, we know
Because
what a
that's
queef is. Here's the thing, though. If your girl queefs so goddamn much that you have to call it a farting clapper,
yeah.
there is something wrong.
She shouldn't be. Yeah, get her own bed. Yeah, this did go off topic quickly.
It did go off topic, but I mean, we don't. You know, I don't care.
Whatever. So anyway, back to topic.
It's all good.
So
I've been playing a lot of Arma lately. Arma 3, the various mods, Exile mods, stuff like that. Rocket League, I've been playing that. I've been touching on some Black Ops 3, but mostly zombies. I've Call of Duty has kind of fallen off the last few years for me. So the zombies I still continue to buy Call of Duty, pretty much only for the zombie maps now. And I'm okay spending $60 on a game that I know I'm only going to be playing the zombies mode on, because I do have a shit ton of fun out of it. In terms of what Cruising was saying about the Division, I also do have the Division. I have not played it lately. I definitely have not played it since the April update that added incursions yet. I need to jump back on there and check it out. The Division is weird in terms of the whole shooter open world game trying to do what Destiny did, but I think doing it better. I found that I got
call it a multiplayer open world, because the only time you see other people, if you're not in a group with them, is in the hideout.
Yeah, or the hideouts or in the dark zone. Like that's the only time you're ever going to run into other people. I don't know. Maybe I got my hopes set up way too high for the Division, and the fact that that thing was supposed to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was supposed to be a flagship title for the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Oh, it absolutely
was. And got delayed God knows how long at that point. But I do have a lot of fun playing it. But I had more fun leveling up and getting to 30 than I have had playing it since I hit 30, if that makes sense. Like going out and doing the missions, doing the side missions, doing the what do they call it? What's the little side missions where you do for your tech points and your med points and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I just the Dark Zone doesn't do it for me. It's just the PvP aspect isn't there for me for that game. But
so I've gone into the Dark Zone one time, and got one of those guys that was people becoming a trader and dipping out.
Yeah.
And I haven't been back. So Division kind of did a weird thing for me where it was a game that I absolutely knew was the same shit over and over again. It really didn't have much variety. But it was one of the few games that I could admit that and say this game really doesn't have much to offer. But it kept me playing it somehow. I don't know how, I don't know what kept me playing it, but I never hit that point where, damn, I'm doing the same thing over and over again.
Busted, nice cat.
What? Yeah, it is. Fucking tailor-made all day, son. No, I did feel like that I'm like, shit, I have done this before, like in a different part of town, but yet I wasn't bored by it. And I thought that the story missions were incredibly well done. Like the boss fights were a lot of fun. The Russian, was it the Russian consulate? Is that one of the last ones you do? The Russian embassy. I think it was the Russian embassy. Was a great mission. Like absolutely a great mission, but it also lacked enough to keep me playing. Like I said, I have not played it this month. I know the update came like April 10th or something like that, and I haven't even touched it this month. But
yeah, Cruising, I did like that it felt like you were working towards something. I liked that it branched off with 3 different types of quests. Like they tried to have that variety of, these are okay, well, these are medical. You're going to get medical supplies, or you're saving a doctor or somebody or something to help with the medical field. Here's the technology, you're doing this or whatever. I did like that, and I did like that your progression kind of was based on building up things. But I'm almost in the same boat of I really never got bored of the actual game itself. But I got to the point where I didn't feel the need to play that game. I don't have anything against it. I don't think it's a bad game to some extent. But I don't know. It was a weird grasp for them.
it's not that it's a bad game. I just think it lacks a whole lot of content for a game that was delayed as long as it was.
Yes.
Like, and as quickly as you hit 30, because you hit it fucking quick as shit.
Yeah, you do.
You kind of other than Dark Zone, and again, Dark Zone is a crapshoot in terms of the experience you're gonna have in it. It just, yeah, I guess I was just expecting so much after a game that was delayed for 3+ years.
Well, they put so much hype behind it of the Call to Duty and all that bullshit, but they it didn't grab me the way I wanted it to. Absolutely.
Pardon me.
It didn't give me the. It didn't grasp me the way I expected it to, the way I wanted it to, for it having been delayed for so long.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Nope. I completely agree with you. And again, who knows? I mean, maybe the updates are going to bring out some amazing shit, but we'll see. We'll see. I still don't think it's a bad game. I still think I'm thoroughly entertained by it, but I just wish there was slightly more content to it as it stands right now. So.
No, I will say it is one of the few games that I felt like when you did play with other people, it was a completely different game. It really did feel like a completely different game for me.
Yeah.
All right, so Cruising, you mentioned something. Ubisoft. Here's one thing I hated, and I fucking hate about that game, and I hate about Ubisoft. I hate it when they say, hey, you can buy a game on Steam or on, Green Man or wherever the hell you happen to buy games from. But we're still going to make you download Uplay, and we're still going to make it play from Uplay. I hate Uplay. Uplay for me is like curse for WoW players. It is a necessary evil, but I fucking hate it.
I hate the fact that Ubiplay said no. You can buy this game on Steam, but you still have to launch through us. And it made absolutely no sense that if I decided to spend my $60 on Steam, which again the money still goes to fucking Ubisoft anyway,
right?
That they want to fucking cornhole me and make me download, download a whole new fucking app, and then download that game from there. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Uplay. I'm just saying that if I can buy it off of Steam, there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to just download it or play it right from Steam, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. I'm not saying Uplay is bad. I think it's great that it's another option. But again, if I want it through Steam, because that's where I do all my PC gaming from for the most part, I would just like to be able to play it through there without having to open up a secondary app and play it through there,
Right, and that's my thing. Uplay in itself is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I like Uplay. I like it as an app. It does nice things. It ties you into the game. But I don't need to manage 2 different friends lists of people I want to play with.
Yeah.
I don't need to manage 2 different controllers of where I want to launch my game from. I find it dumb that I open Steam, say, oh, I want to play Division. And it's like, oh, you want to play Division? No, you're going to have to click play on Division, and then you're going to have to open Uplay, and then you can click on play the game.
Yeah. Yep. No, exactly. That's all it came down to me is why am I actually fucking downloading this?
So, all right, who did we meet? Javier, you didn't say what you were playing, sir.
It's it.
Yeah, he was playing
Oh, that's right.
Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm.
Which I still need to Firewatch. Yeah, sorry.
Very good.
Yeah. But
I'm sure it's like so.
So, let's see.
But I think we can all agree that nobody actually plays WoW.
Nobody actually plays WoW.
I actually have to say there are people that still play WoW. I can reach over and poke one in the shoulder right now. So yeah, Warcraft still exists. It still runs. People still play it. Those poor souls.
People.
Oh, poor souls. Poor people.
Speaking of Souls, anybody play Dark Souls 3?
No,
No.
not yet.
Yeah.
Not because I haven't wanted to. I just haven't done it.
So, Dark Souls, man. I don't really know what I can say about Dark Souls. Other than it is the most rage-inducing fucking game I have ever played. Dark
Sounds
Souls,
about right.
I take that back. It wasn't Dark Souls. Demon Souls. I started out playing Demon Souls before it became Dark Souls. Demon Souls was the first game that has ever made me take the disc out of my Xbox, break it in half, and then break my controller. Because I did both. That game made me angry.
That's trademarked.
What's... Oh.
The busted controller part. Sorry.
I have a picture. Took a picture of it. It's like the rages.
The controller isn't busted. It's just broken.
Just, slightly not usable anymore.
Yes.
It's broken in half. No, but, it's a game, it feels like to me it's a game you play if you like punishment. And I know there are people that are good at the game that don't die every 5 minutes, but I'm not one of those people. I will die repeatedly, over and over again, and yell and fuss and say "fuck this game."
No, you'd never do that, Epic.
What? No, I would never do
No,
that.
you are the most calm, collected individual
Jesus
I've ever
Christ.
met.
You you've spent a lot more time with me than that. So
Yeah, that was me.
all right, we've been going for
What's it been?
Longer
Hour
than
20?
your usual time.
about an hour and a half.
PAX East cruising. I'm gonna have to make a note of that, buddy. Because that is something that I wouldn't mind talking about. Especially some of the upcoming stuff that I'm hoping they debut there. So yeah.
Yeah, PAX East will be. I will need to do to watch it and to see what they come up with and what they announce and everything there before I can really say anything on it. It's one of the few PAX East I haven't been to. I normally go to them. I'm in Texas, and I go to.
I was about to say
what is
you get it
now-
right there.
What is now PAX South.
Yeah.
That I went to last year, which was really fun. Of being able to go there, and I used to give people a hard time because it's amazing how many people don't know what PAX stands for. And the guys that make it walk around the convention. They go to almost every one of them, and they just walk around like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know who these guys are? Like, do you guys know what PAX stands for?
It's the Penny
Yeah.
Arcade Expo.
Oh yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Of course I'm right.
But the funny thing is when you go there, you don't really see. I mean, you see the PAX signs, but you don't see much from them actually advertising themselves.
Oh, okay.
So on that cruising, we'll talk about PAX East a bit next week. That will be on our list of things to learn, to look at this week. So other than that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you, everybody that followed. Thank you guys for coming around. Don't forget that we are here every Saturday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, whatever time zone you happen to be in. Feel free to come join us next week, and we will see you then. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys.
High fives.
Later.
Bye bye.